Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a collective timeless reading. So whenever it finds its way to you is the right time. Just keep in mind it is a general reading, so see which signs, symbols, ideas resonate for you in your particular situation and help to bring you a little bit of clarity to whatever you're wondering, concerned, confused about. This could broaden your perspective, show you something in a different light. It could narrow your focus, maybe show you something you were totally missing. But in the end, always trust yourself. Trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so you make sound decisions that are always based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the Quantum Oracle. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ Consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you. Peace. This came through before. So this girl is just on a swing, like not really attached to anything, attached to heaven, flying in the sky, observing a situation with these swans that look like they're swimming, but they're swimming in the clouds. It's very dreamlike. It's just wanting a situation to be peaceful. It's just really wanting some maybe peace and quiet, resolving an argument or a situation that just feels energetically draining. You want to rise above, like really do something the right way. I mean, this is hard sometimes when you have somebody that maybe creates drama or feeds off of maybe a different vibration than you. Like maybe they just don't match. Maybe there's a mismatch somewhere. Maybe somebody doesn't see eye to eye with you or hear you or have the same dreams or visions. And it's how to resolve this so that everybody feels peace. So there's a gentleness through some transformation. Clarity on peace. I mean, when I see peace, I think of the Four of Swords, which is like rest, recovery, healing, sleep, putting down swords. Sometimes it's just agreeing to disagree. Sometimes it's leaving a situation if it doesn't feel peaceful at all. Being around people that make you feel peaceful. Maybe somebody in particular. But I think it's finding peace within yourself. Having peace with a decision you have to make. Let's see what this is about. One more card. Optimism. It's amazing how the same cards come through when I pull a deck out. So stepping into the light, transformation, starting to see abundance around you, creating your own path. You know, it's like if there wasn't a door there, you're gonna create it. You're gonna find a solution. It's like these fields, these vineyards of abundance are right there. This is like that feeling you get when you want to wake up before the clock and get excited, like get dressed really early, get things done early. Like maybe there's something special you want to do. You scheduled in, you've made time for something. It's having optimism that peace is possible, that solutions are possible, that change is possible. Clarity on optimism and peace. I see somebody like watching the sunrise with that card, or the sunset. Wow. There's a lot of energy in that card. Spirit. Look at that. You see that? It's like you're breaking free. It's like you just grew your wings. You're like, wow, that's amazing. Is that what flying is like? Is that what it's like to feel like maybe peace and optimism, feel free, feel alive, grateful? It's like you're flying up. So there's an elevation here. It's the angels of the four directions. So you have angelic protection and guidance from spirit, the universe, your higher self. I'm getting like, whew, clear that. I don't know, like maybe something was stopping you before, like, you don't know, like, oh my gosh, I just heard the weirdest song. Like, what is that? Like DJ Kool, let me clear my throat. Oh my gosh, that brings me back to like, I don't know, maybe like a high school dance. That was the weirdest song ever to come from that little situation. So maybe something in that song, like you had to clear your throat, get something right, get ready to speak. But I feel like this card has both so much vibrant energy going on and like epiphany energy, and yet it feels really soft and gentle. Like, I don't know, the advice that's coming through feels like little gentle, peaceful nudges. So maybe that's little things inside of you. Yes, that way. It's like, I'm not getting that it's pushy at all. I feel like whatever advice that's coming in feels peaceful. It feels right. It feels gentle, like a little whisper. Like, just like, I don't know, maybe a little advice, but I feel like it's open-ended too. Like it's ultimately up to you. It's kind of like, that way, it's made for you. Take it or don't. Like, it's up to you. But I feel like you know that something is right. And I feel like the more you listen to those little things inside of you, or like little tips, I don't know, maybe somebody just randomly gives you a little advice or a little something, and you're like, but it's big for you. And I feel like you're just like following that more and more, maybe just following your intuition. I'm getting that you're divinely guided. I'm getting like spiritual downloads. Like you just have these epiphanies. Like you didn't see it before. It was like right in front of your face. Like it's right there. Like something being handed to you and you were like looking over here. And I feel like now you're starting to see something. You're seeing the way, you're getting solutions. It could just be that your energy is just starting to change. I feel like others are noticing something about you that's changed. I mean, the four directions makes me think of like a map, north, south, east, west. So maybe you were multitasking your energy, doing many different things now. It could be different doors of opportunity. Maybe you have many different ways that something could manifest. The bottom, what is this? Letting go. Having more peace and just allowance to let something be. I feel like you're just really in tune with yourself in that card. Like, it's like you're changing your vibration so much that you're attracting more of that beautiful same energy into your world. Maybe some things are falling out because there's a mismatch. I feel like, look at this girl. I mean, you have the dogs here, which are usually loyal energies, but it doesn't look like they're listening. There's like resistance. It looks like you're trying to get something to like come with you, but something is resisting you. Something's not working. They're not hearing you. So, you know, if there's a mismatch, maybe you just have to allow somebody else to do something or a situation to be. Maybe that's not the right situation or relationship right now. you have these shut doors here, and then you have this beautiful wide open door where there's magical energy saying like, this is the way. Maybe this could be like friends too. It could be family even. Like you see something so differently now, and like in your heart and in your soul, you really, really want people you care about or people you know to like see something a different way. Maybe people are always negative or always in drama or always trying to push their agendas on something or just like focusing on lower vibrational things, and you're like, no, this is such a more optimistic way to be, and brings so much more peace to have forgiveness and to, you know, see the bigger picture of how things could work out, you know, and then they're just getting resistance. So you can't really drag somebody along if they're not in the same place, but you can set an example, or you could, you know, go through that door yourself, take a chance. Maybe somebody comes along, maybe they don't. Maybe somebody just needs their own time to figure something out. Show you that card, but it's letting go. Resisting the need to have a specific outcome. Having allowance to change your mind, you know. I hear patterns. So maybe it was repeating patterns. Maybe you always did something a certain way and you thought that's how it had to be. Maybe you're breaking patterns. Maybe you're like breaking bad habits or unhealthy things for you. You're just letting something go. It's not healthy. It's not working. It's not right. Sometimes letting go is really hard too. Could be somebody's having a hard time letting go of you. I see somebody like, you know, maybe they kind of want peace, but instead of optimism, somebody always kind of bringing up something from the past. Like, no, we fixed that. That's over. You know, that was done and resolved. So why are you digging it up again? I'm getting that kind of energy. Like I see the dog and I think of them like digging up a bone, like holding a grudge, or like saying they want peace and healing, but then always kind of like reversing it. So maybe it's actually healing that energy and actually finally getting out of that cycle, or it could be just maybe moving towards something that actually is more peaceful. Something that's opening up for you, that feels like sunshine and support. Let's see, I have this. This is the sign of the times. Let's get some more clarity on letting go, peace, optimism, and this amazing card. It's like I see you like, I don't know, maybe in between times, or like, you know, you're growing those wings and then all of a sudden the wings like come out and you could fly. Like, wow, I didn't even know. Like you didn't even know something. You didn't even understand how beautiful something could be. And then it's almost like with that resisting energy, it's like somebody's trying to tell you to crawl back into the cocoon and become a caterpillar and crawl around on the ground. Like, you just know, like, no, like, I don't think so. Like, this is so much better flying up here. So, kind of what I see. So, I hope that made sense. Like, you just don't want to crawl back in the cocoon or like crawl around on the ground when you suddenly have wings. So that could just be a perception, an energy, a situation. It just feels so much better a different way. Clarity for the collective, please. firefly, wonder. You have your own illumination. You suddenly have like turned on your light. I mean, wonder is like possibilities. It's having that sense that, like, kind of like you want to keep opening up doorways. I see like a really good, weird conversation that just goes into so many different directions. It actually makes me think of knowledge with this. I mean, I know it's wonder, so it could be like, wow, I wonder what's up there in the sky. Or I wonder if somebody else is looking at that same star. Or I wonder what it's like to live in this place of the world. Or I wonder, it's just allowing yourself to gently navigate to the things that are interests of you, but like actually allowing yourself to I'm getting like, wow, like flighty energy and wonder, but then you actually taking those thoughts and then diving into something and actually getting more knowledge on it, and then getting more. And it's like this book keeps getting bigger and bigger. What you thought you knew is like, wow, there's so much more. So maybe you're going to like a different place in the world, or connecting with somebody who's really different than you, and they like got you thinking like, I never even thought about that before. Whatever this is, I mean, it's a 44. It brings you to an 8, which is a powerful number of manifestation. And this little lightning bug is just so special. You have your own little night light. You are literally a light that others can see. Maybe your light was just off before and now it's on. That could also be like more ideas, clarity, solutions. Like just, I see like little lights in your mind going off. Like instead of it being like, I see like a, what is that? The fuzzy TV with the black and white. Like it's like scratchy before. And all of a sudden the lights are going on. And you're starting to see different possibilities. At the bottom is traffic cone. So that's caution. 32 to 5, that means there's change. So use your discernment. Trust yourself. If something doesn't feel right, it feels resisting. It doesn't feel uplifting to you. Caution could be just to, I'm getting like a timing thing. Like wanting to have a conversation with someone, but then you realize like, no, that's not the right time to bring that up. You're going to have the opportunity, but trust that maybe, you know, you're actually better reading other people's energies, even the energy in a room, to know, you know, if it's the right time, if it's the right place. I mean, traffic cone is like protection too. So if there's a big ass pothole and you're driving, you're going to see something that's going to help you. No, I'm going to drive over that. I don't want to like fall into the big hole in the ground. So there are things that are giving you big signals that a certain way is not the way to go. I'm also getting like, I know the traffic cone, I also see like, you know, when you get your license, I don't know, wherever you are, so maybe you're in a city and you actually have to do parallel parking in a real parking space, but where I had my driver's license, they just had like 2 traffic cones. They were like, just parallel park between those, which makes me think of like being really new at something, like something that you put some time and studied, but you still have to learn a lot about it. You're going to get better at something. You're going to navigate a situation better. You're going to get better at reading signs and signals. I feel like it could even be body language. Sometimes people say the perfect words, but you can hear something in the tonalities, or you're getting something in body language. I'm getting like reading signals. They could be like silent signals, but you're picking up on stuff more. You know, if somebody's like really, really helpful, but they got their, you know, things like this, and they're kind of like resisting your energy, I feel like you're going to read that. So it is coming through. I have a little bit of caution. Maybe if you're feeling this big burst of energy or something, you know, still keep this optimism, but you might have to like maneuver around a situation a little bit to actually, you know, have that peaceful energy. Clarity on caution and wonder. Power lines. Energy. This came up before and I thought of a song by Bush and I could not think of the name. So I hope you were watching that reading, and if you didn't look up the song, it's called Letting the Cables Sleep. It is a good song. So power, personal power. I just think of really talking to somebody on the phone here. So if you're getting like, maybe this is like, it could also be like text miscommunication that happens. You know that, you know, you're maybe, I mean, we're going simple here. Maybe wondering what somebody actually meant. Maybe you got a message and you're like, what the hell does that mean? Sometimes, well, text can just be autocorrect. The wrong thing could have come through. But sometimes somebody has an intention or something they want to say or type of humor, and it just is not received right because you don't hear the inflections in the voice, kind of like body language. So maybe it's having a face-to-face conversation that you need, not a texting conversation. Or it could be just a phone call if you're always texting, so that you can actually hear the person's vocal inflections. People, the conversation is different when you really get to hear somebody, when you hear a voice. It could be that this is just an energetic frequency change, or changes that happen. Maybe it's an up and down thing. This could be reaching out to somebody. Somebody's finally reaching out to you. Energy, though. It makes me think of like even feeling somebody's energy. Somehow you're connected, but there could be distance. It's like when you think of somebody and then they call, or like maybe some of you are empathetic or really connected to a certain person, and all of a sudden you feel this weird emotion out of nowhere. It's not really yours, and you're like, where did that come from? I feel like maybe you are connecting to somebody special and you're feeling somebody, or they feel you. It's at the bottom. Globe, possibility. So you have possibility, optimism, peace, wonder. There's the globe here. So maybe that's going somewhere different or connecting to a global audience, maybe really specific niches amongst a bigger group. I mean, if that makes sense, if maybe you do YouTube or you have a business or you sell something, even if it's something really specific, maybe you can, you know, somehow connect to people in a wider scale. Maybe you only sold like honey in your town. Maybe you have bees, you know, and now you're finding a way where you can sell your thing. I don't know why I thought of honey. Or craft or a service or something, and somehow you can branch out to a wider customer base. I mean, just sometimes it's just if you're in the same place all the time with the same people, same situations, same neighborhood. I mean, even in like a big city like New York, you can get kind of used to a little tiny neighborhood, but you can jump on the subway and go like 20 blocks away or 70 blocks away, and it's like you're in a different country. It's just, everything is different. Energy is different. The types of stores, the type of restaurants, the way people dress, what's available. It's like just like a totally different place. So maybe some of you actually get to go to some place in the world or your city or a town that's just so different. You didn't even know that there was a way of living or a culture. It just totally opens up your mind, like of a different vibration, way of living. I just see like different parts of the world now. So maybe some of you want to be travelers, or you are. Now I see, this came this came through before as well. Like I see somebody who does get to travel. Maybe there's a way for somebody that can't come along to have that experience. Maybe you just do a little like, hey, I'm here in Paris, or hey, I'm in Peru right now and I have this beautiful thing. And maybe you talk to people there, do some interviews, or just talk about your own experience. And maybe that little thing that you put out could actually like be the little muse, the little like encouragement for someone to go and actually make that trip. I feel like things like that can be absolutely life-changing. Even just going to a different random town, like it can totally change everything. Your frequency, what you want to do, new possibilities. I keep hearing branching out. So let's move to the tarot. I have a couple different ones. Let's go with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This one's kind of beautiful and magical, deep, expressive. Let's get clarity on possibility, caution. Oh, it's also like if I see these two together, right? It's also having caution that there are different parts of the world that are, you know, possibly dangerous. Whether that's, you know, like going through cliffs and, you know, megaliths and adventures and dangerous roads and situations where it's like adventure, but have the proper equipment and the proper maybe guides there to help you. Or it could be parts of the world that are a little bit like, you know, maybe the energy is totally different and you didn't know it. So have proper caution in those situations if you're doing something like that, to be aware of your surroundings so that you are safe, that you have the right guidance there or help from somebody in that location. I see you just like getting the right, like reading a book or, you know, doing some research. There are some locations you could just go to, get off the plane and walk around and you're good. But maybe it's a really, really different culture. Maybe like you don't speak the language. Maybe you look different. Maybe you don't understand the rules there. So maybe it's getting a little knowledge if you are doing that kind of traveling. It can even be like understanding the tipping customs. You know, maybe you live in a place where they don't tip, you know, in restaurants and stuff like that, and you're going to a place where they do. It's understanding why, having a little knowledge so that you can have a better experience and not get the stink eye from all the waitresses and waiters. I mean, that was really small, but it is important, you know, or understanding that in other places, if you tip, it's actually an insult because they are paid to, you know, because they are paid to do their job well. It's just different. So hopefully that was helpful for some of you. I just see like a travel book, you know, learning about the customs. But for some of you, maybe you learn something from the locals. Sometimes it's not the place that you go that's in the tourist guide. It's going to the local spot and talking to somebody that lives there and saying, hey, if I'm new here, where would you send me to have the best time? Or like the coolest little spot that nobody knows about? I just see somebody like fishing now, like a beach, and somebody's fishing and like catching the fish, and you go there and you like pick which fish you want, and they're like, okay, and they like do it right there for you and put it on the fire, and you get like the freshest fish ever. That was so specific. Maybe you know a place like that. So maybe it's not a restaurant, but it's like a really cool little personal experience. Maybe you're a fisherman, or fly fishing. Maybe you do something where you can take somebody, like help somebody or teach somebody about something like that because they're from a place like a city and would never have that experience. It was kind of cool. All right. Clarity for the collective, please, and thank you. Three of Pentacles. This is cool. I mean, Three of Pentacles is working really well together. Working hard with somebody else, working as a team effort. Here it's that people don't want to work together well. They don't see eye to eye, or they're not recognizing the personal and different skills of each individual. They're making somebody do something that they're not really that good at when they really want to be doing something else because it's natural. But upright, it's amazing. It's this flower made of bricks. I mean, there's this little miniature girl here, but she's working with birds or parrots, and one parrot has a hammer. I don't know what the other one has, maybe a tiny brick. I mean, she can't fly, so maybe it takes somebody that can fly to go out and gather those bricks, but she's the one that can put them all together with the mortar. Maybe bird number 3 at the top is just good with a hammer. It's just recognizing all those different skills and being able to work together and creating something. So it could be you and a family, friends, you at work, new people that come into your life that you just work well with. But I always feel like you're building something. You are working on something. Everybody's bringing something special to the table with the Three of Pentacles. And they're willing to put in the effort. Clarity on the Three of Pentacles, please. Oh, the Devil. This would be the person that, like, doesn't want to work very hard. The Devil's like it's like a mushroom lady and a spider getting caught in something, getting caught in the web. That could be that caution that's coming through. I see the Devil as the too much. Too much doubt, too much coffee, too many vices, like too much work, too much fun, no work. It's just usually some kind of obsession energy. It can start off as something really fun, but it ends up depriving you of other things that need your attention or other things that you're supposed to be doing. So this could be somebody around you too that's really controlling. Like this is like lower vibration. Could be like manipulation or trying to orchestrate something for their own benefit. This could be that big caution thing, but I mean, if this is like a spider lady and she's like, come into my web. There's like candies here. I think you're going to be aware that situation maybe is a little sticky. But the Devil can also be really fun. So sometimes I feel like the Devil upside down is if you're too strict, too like straight and arrow and everything has to be prim and proper and in its place. The Devil sometimes comes through so you let loose a little bit. Because letting loose and having some fun and doing something that just feels like out of your norm can actually help balance you back out, but it's not getting stuck there. So sometimes you need to completely cut something out. Something is definitely not good. If that is an energy that you're going through and you keep just getting caught up in something and it's just draining the shit out of you. It's just not right anymore. You know it's unhealthy. You know that situation, that relationship, that job, that environment is just not good. You are in a different place, then it's just exiting, making a change. Maybe being an example, but it doesn't mean everyone's going to change too. You can only start with yourself. Sometimes that change has to be slow. You know, sometimes it's cold turkey and sometimes you just have to, it's a natural progression. It naturally goes away. If this is weird vibrations, sometimes they just don't match you anymore, friendships or whatever, and they just kind of, you know, maybe you call and you say hi, but you're not really going out and partying anymore. This can be so many different things. It can be easy things too. It can be things you thought were healthy, but it just became too much. This could be thinking about a person or a relationship or a situation so freaking much that it's like starting to overwhelm your thoughts, and you're, not navigating your other situations better. This could be really like just self-sabotaging energy where you're just getting in your own way. Like, no, I could never work with that in that situation. Or why would I wander these beautiful dreams and go, to that place in the world? It's like you have all these ideas to do something, and then you're like like putting yourself in chains. Or this is a situation where you feel like you're chained, you're stuck. There's always a way out. It comes through to face it, to make a change. We all get stuck in things. We all have situations that come about that are just like unhealthy, but it's facing it, facing that devil. It could be something inside of you or something outside of you, but it's facing it so it's not so freaking scary, and then it loses its power because you don't let it command you anymore. It's at the bottom. King of Cups. I'll take that, but I do feel like I want to pull another card. Here it's a woman. Maybe she got an octopus head. She can multitask. She can wiggle through something. I feel like octopi are really, really intelligent. I think they're like aliens of the ocean. They can like figure things out. There's videos where they look at like themselves in the mirror, and they put like a hairbrush in there, and how it reacts to a hairbrush, how it reacts to a balloon. It's really interesting. But they're able to like problem solve. This King of Cups is usually a water sign. He's emotionally stable, or this way he's too much or too little or nothing at all, or like selfishly motivated in what's his desires. But this Heat upright is amazing. The King of Cups is so beautiful. You want to tell him all your secrets. You want him to like hang out and watch a movie. You'd want to like have a romantic date, go on an adventure. He's just warm and comfortable and emotionally fulfilling and stable. He's both strong but like caring. He takes everyone else into consideration. Everybody's heart is important. Here you're actually creating a doorway with this gigantic, it's like you are the bridge on something to get through. Look at that big boat. He's like strong like a mountain, but connected to this big scary sea of emotion. Like I think of scary shit in the ocean. Like what the heck is down there? He's like not afraid of it, not afraid of emotion. You're protecting something up here that's really special. Maybe the waves are really rough in a situation, so you help something rise above it and keep something safe. You allow maybe something else to just pass on by. Maybe this big ship is okay on those big waves, and you're just allowing the space for something to continue through. Let's get clarity on the King of Cups and the Devil. Could also be a Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But that's just vibration. Doesn't necessarily have to mean a certain sign. Most of us have a lot of different signs in our chart, and they come out and are in focus in different areas in our life, in the different situations that we're in. Let's see. 5 of Pentacles. So, I mean, there's that cage. Look at how beautiful that flower is. It's just stuck in a cage. Usually the 5 of Pentacles is some kind of loss with something, usually monetary or in your physical world. You feel like you're shut out, left out in the cold, out in the snow. Usually you're like in a state of need or help, but you just not asking for help. That could be somebody around you, or that could be you, or something. That could be how you, I mean, that could be why you've grown, or this could be combining with this energy that was too much. This could be somebody you're shutting out too, because maybe their energy was this, not healthy. So suddenly getting shut out or having your energy not feed that anymore is making somebody feel left out in the cold. But it is possible they can blossom into this beautiful flower again, but it takes their self-awareness to want to change and to ask for help, or to go into a different situation that feels warm and inviting. There's always windows here, or a door, or a church, a place to go where you can like warm yourself and get better. But you just have to stop the resistance, because you're just choosing to stand out in the cold snow instead of going where it's warm. I don't know if that's you or somebody else, because I mean the initial energy is wanting to work together, or wanting to build something. Maybe it's build something new. It's going to involve your heart if it's this king. Clarity on the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles. Could also be that you started building something in the past, at a job, in a relationship, family, chosen family, friends, and then maybe plans change, things change. You know, you had to let go of this energy. Maybe that still feels bittersweet. If you start building something, it's kind of disheartening to have to stop. But if people or situations aren't working together anymore, and you're following your heart, it could be that, I mean, you do have this letting go thing from the beginning. So it could be that this structure, a partnership or something can be built better somewhere else with others that really want to work with you. Clarity on these cards, please. Thank you. The Empress. Wow, look at all the roses underneath her. I mean, you are birthing something. This is new possibilities. This is a new start. It is something that you want to nurture, to take care of, to be there for the end, you know, through and through, throughout all the stages. She's such a beautiful, like the divine feminine energy. She has everything. She has all of the queens together. She's able to speak her mind and be direct and be the nurturer and follow her heart and be romantic and be sexy and be boss and be mother and be everything all at once. So I don't know if this is somebody you know. This is you. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. This energy is you able to have an idea or a talent or a job or something that it's your baby, whatever that is. It could be your actual children, but it's just that nurturing energy, but it's balanced all over the place. It's knowing when to let something learn on their own, knowing when a little tough love is needed, when somebody needs attention, a little bit of, a hug. It's really being able to navigate a lot of different energies so beautifully and effortlessly. Like they're just like a freaking angel on the earth. You know, if this, since we look at everything the other way, if this is the Empress upside down, she's not taking others into consideration. She's pushing her own agenda on something. She's not as confident as she should be being this beautiful. She's not giving to herself or nurturing herself. It could be that she's obsessively giving to so many other places that she forgets about herself. Because the Empress takes care of herself. She doesn't forget about her because she knows on a full plate and with a full beautiful energy, she's able to give better. Also, maybe, leaving something out in the cold. So I feel like the Empress always wants to be this way, though. If you've gotten to the position where it's the Empress energy, you've had a lot of lessons. So I feel like even if the Empress is upside down, it's probably just a bad day, because she's always going to come back to this. There's so much work and effort and beauty and majesty and vibrational flow that came about for her to be here. She's so intelligent and wise. So we all have our shitty days. We all have things that happen that kind of knock us on our ass a little bit. And, you know, darker parts of us come out. But I feel like she's always able to pick herself back up. What's at the bottom? The Six of Cups. So it could be about children. The Six of Cups sometimes is younger energies, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, your inner child. You know, things that you didn't realize were like inner childhood wounds coming to the surface, and you're finally like able to not have it be a repeating pattern or, you know, hurt you any longer. Sometimes as a kid, it could be something big. It could be something really simple too. You always kind of carried with you. It could be like a bully, and you always kind of carried those weird words with you, like a little devil on your shoulder. And now you're like, huh, that can't hurt me anymore. Like, I feel like you're, I mean, here you're just blossoming. There's this big lady, and she's observing a little situation. Maybe you feel bigger than life. Usually the Six of Cups comes through. It's telling you to reconnect with someone, or you're going to reconnect with somebody from your past. This could be a soulmate. This is the person you meet. You just don't know how you feel like you always knew them. You probably did. And you probably always will. It's a soul family member. It's could be more than one person, but it's somebody that feels different. They feel special, like they really get you. They know you. This could just be, if it's a simple thing, somebody calling you that's from the past. You reconnecting with somebody that you used to know a long time ago, or maybe a year ago, or maybe, you know, 10 years ago. And it's also nostalgia, which is memory. And sometimes when we remember something, it's not exactly like it actually happened, you know, because it's our own perception. So it's like, did it really happen like that? And sometimes you remember all the beautiful things and forget like the red flags. Sometimes you only like, if you're in a different vibration, you think of all the shitty things that happened, and you forget that there was some good. There was some good things that you went through too. So it's having that balance and that back and forth thing come through. Sometimes it's just connecting with somebody and reminiscing about the good times. But a six is, I think of a six as love. I see a gift here. And it's also like, people kind of forget like that it can be platonic. Like usually in this card, it's like two little kids giving each other flowers, playing. But even if it's like a sexy romance, it's that romance that has a friendship. It can be both platonic and sensual at the same time. It's whatever situation this is for you. But it's the capacity to have that part that's just good with hanging out with each other. Like it's a real deep friendship and connection, and it can be simple little things you do, and it's always like, I'm just seeing somebody driving a car with somebody else, going to the store, like simple things like that that still feel beautiful. Like even those little events are kind of magical. So, whew. Do I have another deck? Should we pull one more card? What are we at? Why not? These tend to be long readings. I never expected all these readings to always be so long. But I hope that there's different messages that come through that spark something that helps you see something a different way, or understand something, understand something. What do I have? I have a new deck of cards. As usual. This is called the Out of Hand Tarot. I have no idea. Oh, they're like hands. Okay. clarity on Six of Cups, the Empress, Three of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Devil, the King of Cups. That one, what is that? Oh, the Devil came back. The Devil's jumping out, so, you know, it's facing something. But here, I like this card. Something's like in chains, you know, something is like holding you back. I feel like it's holding you back from doing something. You have this beautiful energy in the beginning where you're flying. You need to let something go. Maybe you just want peace. You know, you're looking at how to break these chains, or this could be somebody else completely and not you. And you are just a helpful, you know, energy in this situation, at the right place at the right time. But here, it's like you do have to break something, but I'm getting that it's not as scary as it is. It's like smoke and mirrors, because this person is just like doing this, and it's making this big devil shadow on the wall. So maybe you think that something is really, really scary to approach, to change, to deal with. And maybe in the end, it wasn't as hard as you thought if you just face it. Maybe see the reality in something. To break the chains, change a behavior, break up. It's just like breaking a pattern. But I think whatever this is, if this is something that you're really scared of or nervous about, I think in the end, you're going to find it's not as hard as you thought. Like you should have done something a while ago. You should have faced that situation before. Let's see, clarity on the Devil. Could be a Capricorn. Queen of Swords. So you have a king and a queen now. The Queen of Swords is a writer. She's making plans. She's on the computer. She's looking outside. She's got a sword tattoo. I mean, the Queen of Swords is really strong. She's strong enough to cut those chains away. So if this is not someone you know or you, this is the advice, the energy coming through for you to do something. I mean, it's here. It's using your heart, having balance, but you have to be direct with something. You have to be clear. You have to stand up for yourself. The Queen of Swords is also really helpful to others that can't help themselves or don't want to speak up. She's like, hey, that's not okay. You can't do that to them. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can kind of be a bitch. She's not always taken well because she's so direct. She just wants you to deal with reality. She's learned her lessons. You know, if she's upside down, she can really be like harsh with her words and hurtful, or just completely ignore you and not help you at all. But I feel like upright, she's so strong. Sometimes she's very independent. She could be somebody who's, I mean, they look at her as the divorcee, but even in a relationship, she has a sense of independence. So standing up for yourself, but I see you making plans, gathering knowledge. You're not just like talking out your ass. You got the wisdom. You got the experience. You've been there. You've done it. And the reason you're not going to deal with it or the situation is because you've been through it before. You're not doing it again. So this could be a solid saying yes or no, or like, okay, if this happens, let's negotiate. And she like brings it all to the table. So clarity on the Queen. Queen now. The Nine of Cups. Queen wants to be happy. She wants these wishes to come through. I mean, maybe she's really direct, but ultimately she wants like, this is like wishes granted. Abundant heart. I just see the scene in Ghost. Like with Unchained Melody. Maybe she wants a little romance. Maybe she's looked upon as being in her head and being kind of cold, but maybe she wants a romantic situation. She wants a softening of the energy. The Nine of Cups, I mean, it's interesting. It kind of gives a little bit of a Pentacles energy with making something. Wanting to really put your hands into something and create it and be a part of this wish coming true. It's at the bottom. The Four of Swords. So being a part of this manifestation, have abundance of, like, really wishes coming true. Genie in a bottle. You can somehow have it all. But it needs to be a readjustment with this thing that's downing your energy, straining your, battery. You gotta like replug yourself in. Go back to the positive. The devil's not all bad. A little bit of this, brings a little excitement. It's not bad, good. It's just balance. The Four of Swords is going to be our last card, and it is balance. And wow, we circled back to exactly, was that the first card that came out was peace? Is that right? I have so many cards here. So many cards came out in this reading, guys. I think the first card we had was peace. No, I can't find it, so let's just go back to it. It was one of the first cards, and we're coming right back around to peace, which is healing. I see a medicine wheel here, or meditation, a moment, a prayer, clearing energy. It's like you want to sage. I see the music, the flute. It's like you just want to clear the air, clear the energy, clear the negativity. Go back to peace. Get some rest. Recharge your battery. And have a solution. But this is asking you to go within yourself first. To find that peace in yourself first. So that you are that energy of peace. For every situation that you're in. I keep hearing pray. So maybe some of you just need to pray for help. Pray that there's peace. Have optimism that it is possible. Sometimes people just need time to heal and process. It doesn't happen the same for everybody. There's a ball here, which makes me think of like crystals and energy. Also maybe foreseeing something. Maybe you can actually foresee something being different now. How you can actually work together. What you need to speak clearly about. What you need to let go of. How to proceed with caution. You can see these red flags or these gigantic ass traffic cones. How to ask for help if you need it. You don't have to stay out in the cold. Really use your heart with that King of Cups. Don't forget about your heart. It can't all be in your head. There it is. So we're starting where we began. And with that, I think I bid you adieu. I hope this reading was helpful. There was a lot of energy. There was a lot of stuff going on. There could have been totally different scenarios and situations. But hopefully it brought you a little bit of clarity and understanding. And you are so beautiful and strong and special and unique. And you deserve those Nine of Cups. You deserve all those wishes. Live a world where you can live in wonder and have peace. I just want to go back to this. Remember how vibrant you are, how special you are. I hope that's helpful. I feel like I've ended on like silent. Came back to center, like ended with just peace. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.